very triggering question for me. I always get a triggering question. It's because winter is my least favorite month? Oh, I wish it was a month. My least favorite season. You know I love summer, you know I love the sun. Anyway. Welcome back. Welcome to St. Rose of London. Thank you so much for joining me. We have another Q&A session. So just an opportunity to get advice, get to know me a bit better, and for me to exercise my throat chakra and share with you. So let's get into it. Why can't I sleep? I can say I was thinking the same thing. Maybe you have something on your mind that's not letting you relax at night. I also said, you know, try reading. Reading always makes me fall asleep. Try reading, try having a nice bath. Do anything that's going to make you relaxed. Try your best not to have electronics because of the blue light, you know, keeps you up. Maybe just, you know, have some nature sounds that make you feel soothed. Do anything you need to do to feel relaxed. It might help. How do you express your emotions? The answer is not very well. Okay, well, I'm working on it. I express the best by writing. When I was younger and I had an issue, my dad didn't take me to the park, I would find it really hard to just say, you know, express my emotions. So I always, like, sometimes I'd write a letter to him and it'd be like, literally. So, you know, that developed in just not being able to express my emotions like others would just go up to someone and say, this is how I feel. Naturally, I express it best by writing it out. It could be by crying if it's a sad emotion, or it could be by dancing if it's a happy emotion. So how do I express? I express best by writing, but it's not only sad emotions. How do I express my emotion? If it's happy, I smile, I dance, I might sing a little. If it's sad, then I just probably cry. And best thing to do is write it all out. Write until it goes away. Do you believe in palmistry? 100% I believe in palmistry. I believe that there are people in the world who are gifted enough to do this, and it's a lot to remember. It's so much to study. I tried, I'm still trying. And I believe there's certain things in this life that give you clues to finding who you are, who your soul is, and your path. And I just think it's one of those ways to gain more insight. And I do. As with any profession, there's people that are naturally talented and they can understand patterns of life. And then there are people who fake it. So I think, you know, the people who fake it do give the others who are actually God-given talented people to do this a bad rep, but I believe in it. And I said here, I see things like this as kind of cheat codes to the game of life. So if you played Sims, I love Sims. If you played Sims, you should know that there's cheat codes. So there's also cheat codes to the matrix we live in. Use them. So as long as it's not, you know, bad or stepping on someone else's toes. So how is it possible to get acquainted with you? Reach out. Obviously, you know, I've been looking for my soul family, and everyone watching this is my soul family. And I would love your support and stuff. So if you want to get acquainted, get to know me more, watch more Q&As, and just like message me on Instagram, St. Rose of London, comment on videos, St. Rose of London, Twitter, St. Rose of London, I am there. Do you think crying is a sign of weakness or strength? Very, very good question. I used to see crying as a sign of weakness. As a Capricorn, as a young Capricorn, I should say, I always thought, you know what, I'm hard, I don't have emotions, doesn't exist, okay? But now I see crying as a sign of strength. okay? It means that you're allowing your emotions to flow out, okay? Because the worst thing, if it is a sad emotion, we don't want to keep it down. We don't want to be struggling to put the lid on our emotions, and then one day one person flicks your little emotion treasure box and you blow up, okay? Let's not do that. If you feel like you want to cry, just let it cry. It's just water out of your eyes, yeah? Let the emotion flow out as it wants to. When I cry, I feel like even though I may be sad, at least I know I'm connected to my heart, I'm connected to my mind, and I'm listening to what my mind, body and soul wants to say to me. And if it's sadness, I let it be seen and I let it out, yeah? And I think men who cry, because there's a thing like, oh, I don't cry, I'm a man. Like, men who cry are so important because we're all humans, we all get sad, and crying through sadness is a way to let it out. So whether you're a man or a woman, you should be able to let it out, right? So I think men who cry are to be commended. And I don't see anything wrong with crying. It's just water out of your eyes. What do you love the most? You know how I feel about my favorites and what I love the most. I can't do this. I said that I love being on the beach. I love being near water. I love being in the Caribbean. I think being on a beach, being near water in general gives me strength. It gives me inner peace and I just feel so happy. And there's loads of things I love. I love sunrises, sunsets. I love, you know, that little, you know, it's the small things. Like there's a little white butterfly that comes in my garden and I just love it so much. I think it's so adorable. Like, anyway, let me get not too excited. I love when you laugh until you cry. That just feels so good. And we were just talking about crying, right? You can cry out of happiness as well. Laughing until you cry and your belly's hurting and your mouth's hurting. Amazing. I love vivid dreams and I love cuddles. Favorite thing to eat for lunch, it would have to be fried chicken and bakes. I'm sorry. Bakes is like a Caribbean dish, and I'm sure other cultures do their own types of like bakes. It's like, you know, you make your dough and you fry it, and I love it. I could eat it every day. What gives your life meaning? What gives my life meaning is knowing that I am a spiritual being. First off, I am having a human experience on earth, right? I'm learning things on earth. Knowing that I have a soul mission, knowing that I'm here for a reason, knowing that I'm here to learn lessons, helps me appreciate the joys of being on earth and everything we can experience. But it also helps me to understand the obstacles and the hard times, because the good and the bad, they're here for a reason, okay? So that really gives my life meaning. You know, sometimes, you know, it's natural to feel down some days and you're just like, what is the point? The point is just an experience. The point is part of being human, is part of being able to understand life within a human experience. That helps me. When was the last time you held your nose because of a bad smell? It was Sunday when I took out the bins. Simple. What can bring pleasure in winter? This is a very triggering question for me. I always get a triggering question. It's because winter is my least favorite month? Oh, I wish it was a month. My least favorite season. You know I love summer, you know I love the sun. Anyway, so I really had to sit down and think for a long time about what gives me pleasure in the winter. Now, I'm actually very, very proud of myself. I came up with a few things. So, I'll give it my best shot for you. Hot chocolate in winter, can't beat it. Cuddles, very important. Being under a duvet, a really thick one, and finally feeling warm, that's cozy, that's nice. Feeling the fresh, crisp air on your face when you walk out and you're like, woo, I am alive, because that is cold. I think there's something about untouched snow when it first drops and you're like, oh, you're so pretty. You know, having Christmas dinner, even if you don't celebrate Christmas, it still is nice to have holiday off from work. That's another thing, bank holidays. Have holidays off from work and be with your family and eat together and just enjoy each other's company. And Christmas is the time to do it, you know, Christmas holidays. Escape into warmer countries makes you feel good in winter. And searching like for the biggest scarves you can find, the biggest jumpers, like anything that feels like a duvet, those are good things and they make you feel good. And winter inspired alcohol and actually winter inspired candles, which I'm gonna make, just makes you feel happy, you know. It feels like you're in the right season at the time. And my birthday is in winter. How ironic. I enjoy my birthday. I'm not really fussed about New Year's because I don't believe it's the New Year. But my birthday is good. Valentine's Day is in winter, but again. So, if you stop what you're doing for 20 or 30 seconds and just listen, what sounds do you hear right now? Periods of silence, and I hear cars going past, and that's literally it. That's all I hear, and I think it's quite peaceful. A line to describe what your life is being to you now, and I've got a little quote from Dolly Parton, and it says, "The way I see it, if you want the rainbow, you gotta put up with the rain."